Think back to the greatest meal you've ever experienced. Perhaps it was a Thanksgiving dinner where it just seemed like there was never enough room on your plate to contain everything. I have a brother-in-law whose philosophy with Thanksgiving is pies should always outnumber people. And even one year when we had like 20 people at Thanksgiving, we made sure there were at least 21 pies. It was glorious. Perhaps you've been to some other kind of feast, some kind of banquet where they spared no expense. And you want to talk about, how many Michelin stars did this meal deserve? Okay? I want you to think about that, and to the point that you start to salivate. Think of your favorite restaurant. Imagine, well, let me put it this way. Imagine if you were invited to some kind of royal banquet. And in fact, more than banquet, imagine if it's a wedding feast. So now it's truly spare no expense, because the king and queen are ready to celebrate the marriage of the crown prince or the crown princess. And to think about what they're going to do, because this is royalty on display. This is the kingdom itself coming to celebrate. This is passing the baton down to the next generation that are going to someday wear the crown. Oh yeah, this is going to be a feast to remember. Well, that's exactly what Isaiah described in chapter 25. It's exactly what the book of Revelation describes in chapter 19. It's exactly what Jesus describes in a parable in Matthew 22, the parable of the marriage of the king's son. And all of these are describing a feast beyond imagination. Well, guess what? Saints in Zion, I hope you've come prepared, because we need to set the table. We need to start pouring the wine. We need to start we need to kill the fatted calf and provide this meal that all nations are being invited to. This is the Messianic Banquet, if you ask our Jewish friends. Well, here it's described. Section 58, look at verse 8. And also that a feast of fat things might be prepared for the poor. Oh, the fat things. We want the good stuff, okay? We're not counting calories at this one, all right? We want the best imaginable meal. And here in Zion, this is where it's going to take place. We're talking second coming, and we're preparing the world for it. So let's bring the fat things, the fatted calf. Notice who it's being prepared for, though? For the poor. The kinds of people that do go to bed hungry, but not today. No, not in Zion, where there is no poor among us. Not in a place of consecration. Oh, this is a potluck like you can't imagine. And everybody's offering everything they have. But the Lord of the universe is offering his all as well. So you poor, I hope you come hungry, because you're going to leave filled. This is a feast of fat things. It's prepared for the poor. Yea, a feast of fat things. Didn't I already say that? Oh yeah, but I can't stop talking about it. Of wine on the lees, well refined. Oh, that's the good stuff. We Latter-day Saints have no idea what exactly that means, right? We haven't tasted it. But to think about what the Lord is preparing beyond our imagination, wine on the lees, well refined. This is the stuff we save for a special occasion. This is vintage from Eden, now being brought back for Adam-on-Diaman. And notice why? That the earth may know that the mouths of the prophets shall not fail. Oh, here's the Lord backing up the very prophets who backed him up all the time. Yea, a supper of the house of the Lord. Ooh, the house of the Lord. Think about this revelation in a temple context. We don't put cafeterias in temples anymore. Maybe we should. Here, it's a supper for the house of the Lord, well prepared, unto which all nations shall be invited. Yeah, no one's left out. No empty chairs. Everyone is on the guest registry. We want you here. He goes on, first, the rich and the learned, the wise and the noble. Oh, of course they're going to come first. Well, only because they're coming to consecrate more. They're helping to provide the wine on the lees well refined. They're bringing some of these fat things to provide for everyone else. So yes, we need them to come. But they're coming to prepare for the next group that's to follow. And notice who they are. And after that cometh the day of my power. Then shall the poor and the lame and the blind and the deaf come in unto the marriage of the Lamb, and partake of the supper of the Lord, prepared for the great day to come. Behold, I, the Lord, have spoken it. I mean, that's his amen and amen. That's him putting the fist down on the table. I do want everyone here. We are not neglecting the poor and the needy. We are not turning a blind eye to the blind or the lame or the halt or the maimed. Everyone's welcome here. Again, for this, go back to Isaiah 25 and read about the Messianic Banquet. Go back to Revelation 19 and read about the marriage supper of the Lamb. Marriage, bridegroom and bride. Here's the 10 virgins. This is second coming. This is New Jerusalem trying to prepare the world for it. This is husbands, love your wives even as Christ loved the church. So whether it's Jehovah and Israel or Christ and his kingdom, it's wedding time. Again, go back and read Matthew 22 and read about the parable of the marriage of the king's son, where yes, he's beating the bushes out in the highways and byways to make sure that everyone knows they're invited. He's offering wedding garments in his holy house. If we'll only have the sense to wear them, to come prepared. And as far as the menu, feast of fat things, yes, this is a fatted calf for the return of every prodigal. This is a Passover lamb, so that the destroying angel passes us over and we can come into a promised land. This is bread of life and living water. This is sacramental wine. This is the feast of fat things. This is the fruit of the tree of life, and it is sweet above all that is sweet. So may we come running, not just to eat at this feast, but to provide anything we have, and then to set the table and to go and invite all nations to come and partake with us.